Hello everyone, good morning. Happy Easter Sunday 2021. Today is something really cool that I'm starting. The next in queue is a board set that was shipped to me from Ireland, and it's a Robotron, I believe. Robotron 2084, and what's going on with this one is we're doing a big time overhaul on it. We're going with new sockets and new RAM. 4164 RAM. ROM sockets are being replaced, and then we'll see where we're at after that. That a lot of times on these board sets that fixes them, but and makes them solid. So we'll see. You know, we'll see if it needs some troubleshooting afterwards. After that, but we'll hook it up and see what it does right out of the box and see if it does anything. So let's get over there and start on an Easter Day Robotron. Okay, here it is. It's a big box. Yeah, so I'm gonna open her up and see what's up. Oh, goodness. All the way from Ireland. Nice. I did my, whatchamacallit, ancestry type thing, your DNA thing. I'm like 20% Irish. 20% Irish, 20% Scottish. I'm a mutt. I'm a mix. I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. International. Okay, let's see. This is this way, is it? How is this thing open? Let's move this back here a little bit. Get a more of a. Sorry about the floating. Yeah. I gotta figure out how this opens up. I think it's must be right here, huh? I have no idea. There we go. I see. Dang, what the hell? What kind of a box is this? I got it. Oh no. Box within a box. Amazon Prime. Huh. Amazon Prime is in Ireland. Of course it is. Looks like we're all boxed up. What we got here? Oh. What the hell? What have we here? What is this? This is some sort of harness. This looks like the board set itself, maybe. This is crazy packaging. Huh. I think that's it. Kind of knock this stuff down in there so I can close this. Lord have mercy. Collect all these little foam pieces and see what we got. I'm going to set this harness aside because I'm not going to use this harness. So I'll put it on the box. How's that? I got my own harness. Got to be the main board, and it is. It's got the battery conversion on it. That's cool. I could get a CR32 battery and put in there for him because it's missing the battery. Let's move up a little bit now. I'll shake you around a little bit. Close your eyes if you need to. Okay. Alright. So here we have the main board, which looks factory Williams, except for that. reflowed pins, header pins. Couple chips replaced, not bad. Here's one. And they're socketed chips, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And then all of these RAM. So that's not bad at all. This thing's been replaced. This guy right here. Okay. And let's see what else we got. This must be, here's a little widget board. This little guy. Looks like the PIA has been replaced. And this is going to be your ROM PCB, I would imagine. Maybe? Sound maybe? I don't know. It's ROM. Robotron 2084. And that's interesting, that's more of a computer style of connector. I'll give you a close-up of that. It's more of a, I've never seen them like this. It's more of a computer style, you know. Interesting, that's really cool. There's your ROM board, Robotron, blue label. That's all that's in there. Okay. Put that over here. Keep all this packing stuff together so that I can pack it up the way that it came. Okay, got that guy. The ROM guy. What is this? This has got to be the soundboard, right? Absolutely. And it's been recapped, which is good, and it's got this on there. I don't know what that's all about. That goes out to the speakers, I think. It's got a, is it an aftermarket ROM? I don't think so. Anyway, yep, there's this. Looks good. Nice and clean. You know what, that's kind of suspect looking. I'm gonna check something out really quick. Make sure that this isn't shorted, this little capacitor. Okay, not shorted. It's just a manufacturing mark on it, I guess. A little flat spot on this tantalum cap. There's a little flat spot on it, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't a blowout from shorting. And it's just a manufacturing mark. It's not shorted. Cool. Okay. We got everything we need. And nothing we don't. Put this back over with the other stuff. Make sure we get this all packaged back up proper when we send it back. Robotron. Robotron is one of the all-time classics. This is one of the coolest games that was ever made, I think, in my opinion. today. Sniffly. This thing's had a couple chips replaced as well as the PIA. Looks like that guy's been replaced. Yeah, someone was chasing problems on this board set. They replaced stuff. These 74 154s, I've never seen one go bad. I've never had one of those go bad. You know, I'm sure they do, but that's a pretty reliable part. And it's been replaced, which tells me that this thing wasn't working and someone was kind of grasping at straws, maybe. And this thing has 2732s on it. Decoder 4, decoder 6. New caps. Someone's recapped that. We're going to, we're going to change this around to where it's got 4164 RAM on it. So there's been a little bit of work done to it, a few chips here and there, but nothing major, nothing huge. And that's one thing one of my things is I'm not going to work on boards that have had extensive prior work done to it. I just had to turn away and send back a punch-out board. So I got it. It was one of the repairs but it wasn't told to me the extent of work that had been done to this board. I got it on the bench and turned it on, and the sounds worked and everything. The CPU board worked, but the video, there was no video. It was like just peach colored screen like that Nintendo Punch-Out does. It puts up like a yellowish peachish type screen, and it was flickery. So I was like, okay, well, I started poking around the DMA circuitry on the main, CPU board, and then I looked at the video board, and I would say about 85% of the chips on that video board had been replaced. And I just immediately turned it off, boxed it back up, contacted the owner, and I'm not going to mess with that. There's way too many potential points of failure on that. So if something has had, just a ton of work done to it, I just had to turn someone away about a Galaga board. Because we were in talks back and forth, and he had told me, I quoted the price that I do and the service that I do is all Galaga boards. I always replace all of the sockets, clean all of the customs. That's just part of it. And he had said, well, I already replaced the sockets, and it was working intermittently. Now it just has a white screen, and I was like, I'm not going to accept that one, because I don't want to chase after other people's prior work issues. I don't have time for that. So I take boards that have really been unhacked to work on, because I just don't have time to trace problems, and I know how easy it is to break Galaga boards, as I've done it, and then you got to find your own mess up, and I just don't want to. I can't get into that. I can't get into chasing other people's mistakes and whatnot. So it's one of my criteria for accepting work. It cannot have extensive prior work. Just can't. So like this is nothing. You got a few chips on here. This has been recapped. That's no big deal. The PIA has been replaced. That's no big deal. And then this is two chips here in the PIA and this guy right here. That's not extensive work to me. That's like someone's trying to fix a problem. They replace a couple of things. It doesn't work, and then they're like, okay, I need to have someone do it. That's cool. I can handle that, because I can go through and check the work on 2 chips. I can't go through and check the work on 50 chips. I don't have time for that, you know. So I don't know, kind of a little rant. I got way off topic here, but that's kind of where I'm at. So, alrighty, I got to get my harness out. We're going to hook this thing up, and we're going to see if we get any gamage out of this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this out of here, and I will put it aside. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it in the box, the little white box that the soundboard came in. I'm going to put it in there so that I don't lose it, and it goes back to where it came from. Okay. All right, I'm going to cut away. I'm going to dig out my harness stuff and get all set up, and I'll come back. Okie dokie. We are all hooked up. And unplug that. Keep that plugged in. Yeah, the board set is all properly hooked up. ROM board plugged in. Soundboard's all ready to go. So we'll come over and we'll turn this monitor on. This guy right here. Ooh, man, that static gets me every time. Okay, that's on. And let's see what we get. You wanna? Okay, our monitor, let it warm up just a minute. Takes that G07, it needs caps and everything. It takes it a minute to come up. Alright. And let's go ahead and switch it on. Here goes. That's a whole lot of nothing. That's a whole lot of nada. Not even any sound. Oh, you know why? Because my sound is run off of my AR, so I have to plug in the AR. So let me go ahead and plug in the AR. There we go. And let's do it again, see if we get any noise. Nope, nothing. Looks like it's changing color on us a little bit, maybe. There's no sync. I wonder if that's just my setup. I can definitely try flipping my sync wires. So let's do that. I think this thing might be running. It's possible because it's doing different stuff. So let's go ahead and do this. Set this like this. Whoa. I'm going to go ahead and flip my sync wires. I'm not exactly sure how they go. Yeah, there you go. There's sync. I'm resetting. Yeah, it ain't doing anything. It's not doing a darn thing. Ain't doing a darn thing. Sound amp's working. I can touch the bottom of that potentiometer I have hooked up and you can hear it buzz through the speaker. So that's good. We just got nothing's going on. This thing is completely dead. Completely dead. Okay. Well, this thing's getting the massive treatment, so I'm not even going to bother with messing with. There's no point in even trying to troubleshoot this because I'm wiping this out. First and foremost, this thing is going to be completely redone with the RAM. The RAM banks are getting new sockets and 4164. and the ROM board is getting all new ROM sockets. So we're solidifying that. I just wanted to see what it did out of the box, and this is what it does. It doesn't do much of anything. So yeah, it don't do much of nothing. You know what I can do? I'm gonna check my power rails really quick. Let's just make sure the power's not getting destroyed. Oops. There's -5, which looks great, even though that's going to be eliminated. 12. And 4.89. Voltage is no issue. We are good on that. I should check the, let's check the ROM board. Gosh, let's see. Uh, 4.78, good enough to run, good enough to work, and we already know that we have sound from the sound amp. The amp is working, so that's good. Yeah, all of our power is good. Voltage is not an issue. So we're going to move on to phase number 2, which is stripping these boards apart. They need to be totally stripped apart, and the process needs to begin. This all has to be removed. These sockets need to be removed. These sockets all need to be removed. So yeah, it's a long process, but this is what I believe you need to do. You don't need to replace your Williams board sets because they're not dependable or anything like that. They need to be made dependable, and the only way to do that is to scrap these tri-voltage RAM, go with a nice, cool running 4164, new dual wipe sockets everywhere. These guys, all of the ROM, the two big guys over here, all of that needs to be dual wipe, new sockets. Clean the legs on everything. And then you should be good to go. Unless, a chip fails or whatever. But, I mean, that can happen. But connections are the most important thing on these board sets. Connection failures. This thing's resetting. You see that kind of rhythmic? It's in reset. Why is it in reset? I don't know. I'm not going to waste any time trying to troubleshoot right now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to renew the RAM. We're going to renew the ROM sockets. We're going to do all of that work. And that will be part 2. This is a short part of this because I want to get this out onto the channel so you guys know what's in store. Yeah, so, because I know I've been keeping everyone waiting a little bit. It's been a couple weeks since I've really done any videoing. But I'll tell you what, though, I was going to record the Punch-Out, and I started recording Punch-Out, and I had to quit because I'd seen that the video board was all messed up. So, yeah. Yep, so let's go ahead. Let's I'm going to post this one up, and yeah, move on from there. And I'm replacing this socket too, by the way. This socket on the soundboard, that white piece of garbage, that's going bye-bye. Those sockets are terrible. So yeah, a lot of maintenance. We're going to get the maintenance done first and move on from there. So we'll see you guys in part number 2, and something to look forward to. Thanks a lot, guys.